Good evening, folks. This is Victoria Studio Center with this just in. Breaking news, a magnitude 7 earthquake has just occurred in Epicenter City, Southern California. Gary Fieldington is there now with the story.
Gary Fieldington here right now in Southern California where an earthquake has just hit. This earthquake has just shaken the foundation of the small town in Southern California. Stress that has built up and been released has caused this natural disaster. Epicenter City hasn't been affected by an earthquake in over 10 years. The last earthquake that hit was an earth-shattering magnitude 9 earthquake. The town was only a few miles away from the epicenter, which is how the city got its name. Almost 10 years from its last earthquake, a new magnitude 7 earthquake has just hit, which is around 32 times as less powerful as its last earthquake. Since it was a magnitude more than 5, it will be reported by the entire globe. Earthquakes are measured in magnitudes by the moment magnitude scale. The magnitudes are measured by the total amount of energy being released by an earthquake. Victoria has a scoop back out of the studio. Back to you, Victoria.
Seismic stations tell us that the earthquake was around 300 miles away out in the Pacific Ocean. Considering it was so close, citizens had to evacuate, but some didn't make it or refused to go and got trapped in the wreckage. The entire studio is praying for their safety. Gary is now evacuating the scene because of a tsunami, one of the most deadly aftermaths of an earthquake. Action! Luckily, we have the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center located in Hawaii to warn us before the tsunami hits. We'll be right back with the rest of the story after the break. Do you ever feel like you're pale? Too pale? Well, now there's Copper Tone Gradual Tan. It makes you so much tanner and ready to go to the beach. Before Gradual Tan?
After Copper Tone. Look at those results.
Copper Tone is the way to go.
Yeah!
Welcome back to Channel 7 Breaking News. Our reporter Gary is back at the scene. Let's see how he's doing. All right, back to you, Gary.
Hello, and welcome back to the scene. This is Gary Fieldington reporting live. News from the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center is saying that a second wave is soon approaching. As you can see, the first wave of tsunami has lost power and died out. Another one is soon approaching. Tsunamis arrive in patterns called wave trains, where there is a brief interval in between each wave. Sometimes this interval can trick people into believing the tsunami is over or stopped because of the brief period of time between each wave, which can last a couple of hours long. Citizens are being kept away from the town just in case another wave comes along. Relief agencies and help services such as the Red Cross are coming to this town's rescue, searching for people stuck in the wreckage. I'm here right now with the town's mayor.
How do you feel about your hometown being affected by such a terrible catastrophe and being washed away?
How insensitive are you?
What safety precautions did you put in or plan to put in since the earthquake?
Since our devastating first earthquake, we've torn down many old buildings, including stronger ones. We now use cross braces and base isolators to help reinforce our buildings.
How do you plan to rebuild from this catastrophe as some of your buildings have collapsed?
It's quite terrible to see the town in ruins, but I believe that we will be able to rebuild the town and build all its buildings stronger so that this and other catastrophes will not damage us again. This weekend we're planning to open a new town library, but I guess we'll have to put that on hold. I believe that our city can come out of this stronger and better than before.
That's quite heroic of you. How do you plan to help contribute?
I will stand by my people and help them rebuild.
Back to the studio.
This earthquake that has shaken the town just last night was a shallow focus earthquake that occurred less than 70 kilometers deep, which is why it caused so much damage. We do not yet know the intensity of the shaking, which is measured by the Mercalli scale. As information is coming in, we will keep you posted. For now, we pray for the citizens' good health and their safety. Good morning and welcome to the Channel 7 7 o'clock news. We're here right now with the rest of the information from last night's top news story, an earthquake that hit Epicenter City, Southern California. Let's see how Gary and the crew are doing on the scene.
Good morning. I'm here right now at the scene of the aftermath of last night's devastating earthquake. Many people are up on hills and on boats, just trying to get away from the devastation. Many people who are still stuck in the wreckage are trying to get relief agencies' attention. Relief agencies are passing out food and providing shelter to those affected and are searching vigorously for those stuck or stranded in the wreckage. There are 3 steps to cleaning up after a tsunami. First, they must clean up all the floodwater. Secondly, the human remains, and third, search for people. Right now on top of a state hill, relief agencies are currently on the first step of cleaning up, which is removing all of the floodwater. Our crew is now helping pass out food and water to the citizens. Now back to you at the studio.
Thank you for listening to today's latest story. This has been Victoria Studioson and Gary Fieldington reporting for Channel 7. Thank you for listening to today's
Stop story.
Stop listening to today's. Good morning, Good morning. Luckily, we had the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center located in Hawaii to warn us before the seismic stations tell us that the earthquake was around 300 miles away on the Pacific Ocean. Considering it was so close, citizens had to evacuate. But some didn't make it or refused to go, and they all died.
That's so demonic. That's why you were laughing.